Greetings YouTube, it's Matt from the Green Arcade. I'm back. all the Twitch people are getting to see the inner workings of the behind the scenes part of this. So we're back. I don't know what he's doing, but we're planting beans up here. I don't know where he's going. I thought he would have turned around back there. I'm going back up that way, but maybe not. Well, I'll let him just be and figure life out. This guy down here, I'm assuming he's going to go back and hit that. Yeah, it looks like he's coming back. So I'm going to grab the other roller. Whoa. Almost got ran over by my own planter. That would have been bad. I'm going to grab this roller here. And I'm going to start rolling around the field here. I think I've got enough room. I think I've got enough room. See what I'm going to unfold down here. Well, he kind of missed a spot down here, didn't he? Should start on the backside. Oh yeah, there's plenty of room. No, not the house. No. I'm trying to back it up. This is weird to back up. Come on, go that way. Go that way. Go this way. Go that way. And that'll work. Probably gonna get stuck on a tree. Yay. Ooh. So, while I was on my break, guys, I heard a very, very low rumble of thunder. And I just heard another rumble of thunder that wasn't as low. I should probably pull up my radar. Why does all your headers go down the road sideways? Is it going sideways? That is the MacDon header, yes, Jeff? I've never really noticed that they go sideways. But the only time I've towed my headers, I've never towed them with a tractor. I've always towed mine with the combine. And the combine that we use here has the hitch that goes at an angle, so maybe that counteracts that. I don't know why it pulls it sideways. I was gonna say, is your reel down, but it looks like you put your reel down already. No matter what header you use. Must be, if it's not, if maybe you need to put the reel all the way in, like, you know, retract it towards the cab before you put it down. I don't know. To me, the center of gravity, that's the only thing that I could think of to maybe try, is move that reel, put it, of course, you know, bring your reel down inside the header, and then retract the reel back towards the cab of the combine, and then put the wheels down on the header and tow it and see if that works. Is the reel all the way retracted though, towards the cab of the combine? It looks like it's out there. Because I can see the draper belt. Try retracting your reel all the way in. Let me Open sesame. See, I've got the hitch on this combine. Eee, I can drive out of here. This hitch, it comes at an angle here, so that might counteract it for me. Oh, it's as far as it'll go towards the cab? Let me look at mine. So there's the reel. So you got it retracted all the way that way, right? That's out. This is in. And then this is up. And that's down. You're all the way in there like that. Do I even have a hitch on this? Important this? Yes, I do. So this is hooked up to the standard hitch. To me, mine looks straight. I don't... This is the different header. This is part of the pack that's in the mod hub though. This is the 60-foot header. This is the 19.2 meter header, so it's 60 foot. Mine is straight. Yeah, I was gonna say mine looks straight. Maybe it's the in-game headers that do that? I don't... I honestly don't know. I don't know what's causing that. You're pulling it with a tractor. It's an in-game tractor, right? The only difference that I can think of between you and me is this is the 60-foot header. Whoa, hello. Mine looks straight. I don't know. I can't explain that one. unless it's where your hitch sits on that tractor. I know a lot of the in-game tractors are set up to where their hitches are actually higher to run a lot of the European style equipment. I don't know. I'd have to do some testing. And it could just be the headers. Maybe Giants need an update. I'm going to move that corn header where I can get to it better. Over here by the horses. Still, the last thing I did was sunflowers so it doesn't lower all the way to the ground until I get some corn. That's why we're not going to do sunflowers. At least maybe not use the corn header again. If I do sunflowers again, I'll get a dedicated sunflower header. But I don't see us doing that here in Alma again. Metal window there. It does it no matter what I pull it with, in-game or modded. I wouldn't think that would be a mod conflict. It could be, but I don't know. I wouldn't think it would be, but it could be. You know, 9 times out of 10, if you have an issue, it's going to be a mod conflict. But I would try to think what would be. I don't know. I would say if you have like manual attach or something like that, maybe. But it could be something else that you're not thinking of. Could be something else that is like totally unrelated that you wouldn't think would be a mod conflict with it that it could be. Trent, you got any ideas? What causes the header to go sideways down the road? You're not using auto drive or anything, are you? auto drive or horseplay or anything. I don't know. To make it go sideways though, that's really weird. Is you pulling it yourself? I don't know. Trent, you got any ideas? What causes the header to go down the road sideways? I'll take out all these trees and merge these fields together once we've harvested them both. Might leave a couple trees there by the road or something. Yeah, we're gonna merge these fields. They're asking for it. They're asking to be merged together. They're here, and there's no creek in between them. No creek in between them, right? No creek. It's flat. Don't have to do any landscaping. We'll harvest the canola over here. Don't really have to do any smoothing, and we don't have to straighten them this time around. You know, back in 22, we did a lot of straightening them and lining them up on the edges of the field. We don't have to do that anymore now that we have the in-game GPS that automatically detects the borders of the field, so it doesn't matter if it's like this field here, it's not straight. It's not a full 90 degrees east here. This curves to the right slightly, but the in-game AI, the GPS or the steering part, auto detects it, whichever one you're using. So when you merge these fields together, as long as you don't have any like extra little notches or blemishes out there on the outside when you plow it together, if you line it up right, just with this field, it will automatically detect it. Just make sure you don't have any stumps or pieces of wood or wedges or something out there. I had one over there on the cornfield the other day, yesterday, and my guy, he decided to go around that, and he planted around it. Was he planting or was he? Yeah, he was planting. So he decided to plant around it. See that Super S gas station from Squiggles, Trent? Not out yet. It's been submitted for all platforms. Hopefully it passes testing. But it's got a store interior, animated front door, animated interior lights, automatic pump station lighting. It also generates an hourly income, so you get to own it. Not bad. It's called Super S gas station. Pretty nice. It is in testing. Didn't plant this little edge right here. Did he run out of seed? He did. Wow. First time I've run out of seed with this planter. Let me go grab some more seed. I think I'm just gonna run down to the shop. Be quicker. Filled up. I guess maybe the sorghum, between the two fields, the sorghum and the soybeans, he finally ran out. Whoa. That wasn't loud, but it was enough to shake stuff in here. The thunder. It wasn't loud. That's weird though. Unless that was like an earthquake or something. I heard the thunder, it just wasn't loud. Usually when it shakes stuff, it's loud. I can't remember how many pellets it takes to fill this up. That's one pallet. I think we're gonna need at least 3 total. Just to finish that up there. There we go. We'll probably just try to keep it full from the farm there. Need to look into getting a seed tender. I'm not a fan of the semi-truck one, the in-game one. I don't even know if that one does that stuff. According to this, it does do seed. It does a solid vert too, so that'll haul grain as well. Yep. Not a fan of that because you have to switch between the chambers. I don't really want to switch between the chambers. I just want, you know, a tank with a pipe on it. So maybe like an auger wagon or something. Maybe the old J&M. We could probably sell that smaller Demco. Get the J&M. The J&M you can put a tarp on at least. I know they make a. I've seen the. Oh, who makes that? Is it J&M that makes that one too? I'm thinking. It's specifically like a seed tender. But if I'm gonna do it, I might as well just get one that does. There's Trent. Hey Trent, do you know what makes the combine grain headers go down the highway sideways? Jeff's having that problem. He's pulling it just with a tractor, and it doesn't matter what he pulls it with. His grain header is going down the highway sideways. Gonna go sideways if you have it in transport, like how he has it in the picture. Mine don't do that. I can tow it behind a tractor or my truck. Mine stays straight. He's got his reel all the way down and the reel all the way in, so it's not a balance issue. I don't know. Mine don't do that though. I don't remember the 50-foot headers ever doing that to me. We use the 60-foot header here. But mine don't go at an angle. Mine don't go sideways. I don't know. I went over there and hooked it up and pulled it down the road and it did it fine. Did it straight. I don't know. Farm sim physics, maybe? You don't see any issue with the picture? It's kind of at an angle. At least in the picture it looks like it is. Mine looks straighter than that. See how he's kind of going straight and the header's kind of at a, it's got about a almost 5-degree angle to it. It's not really sideways, but it's kind of hauling, it's kind of towing it at an angle. So the part that's immediately behind the tractor, or I should say the very back of the header, the very end of it there is further to the right. So it is pulling it at an angle. Yeah. So there's about I would say almost about a 5-degree angle that it's towing it at. And I'm going to have to wait for him to come back and finish this down here. Here he comes. He's on his way. Some of the in-game MacDons did that? Okay. So it's the header then, probably. Jeff, I recommend getting this pack that we've got. Let me find it here. It won't show like the picture of what it looks like. You know what? Hang on. I'll just post it in Discord. I'll show the picture of what it looks like. It has the different size headers. That's the picture of it there. Here, I'll post a link to it too. Oops. There's the link to it. So it's a MacDon header pack, and it's got the Demco trailers that you can put them on. Um, Although if you put the wheels on the MacDon header, you won't have to use the trailer. But um, that's got, I think it's got every size in it except you can do the 60-foot header on it as well. Let me see if it's got the 50 in there. I think it does. So you can do 14.5 meters, 16 meters, 17.4, and 19.2. I don't see it does well it does have the 15, or well, not 15. It does have the 16 meter, which is close to the 50-foot in-game one. It's got a smaller one, 14.5 and 13 meter. These are all flex drapers. Doesn't have another 50-foot header though, so that unique size is going to be a giant size, but you can use the different ones. How many feet is 13 meters? Hey Siri, how many feet is 13 meters?
It's 42.65 feet.
42 feet. So that's close to being almost the same size as the original 13.7. 13.7 meters. That's what the 45-foot headers used to be. I think they were 13.7, and then the 50 footers are what, 15.2? And then the 19 point something is the 60-foot one. now that has been rolled. We just need to do a final fert down here. All right. I think we are ready to go into the next month so that we can finish fertilizing these fields. Raining. Got a little cloths on sale there. So that just I'm really curious if they're gonna bring out the 700s. We've got the 400s from them from Giants. We've got the 500s. We've got the 600s. We've got the 800s, the 900s, and everything else that's bigger. But we did not get any 700s. Do they make 700s? I don't know. I'm not that all familiar with cloths, but it'd be nice to know if they have 700s. I think they had them back in 22 though, so I guess they do have them. Maybe they just haven't brought them out yet. I don't know. Let's see. This is April 3rd, so the next day should be good to go. It's a sunny day. I gotta move wool. Shocker. Always moving wool. Meh. Alright. Now, we should be able to go fertilize that. I'm gonna spray the rest of that. So let's see, what do we gotta do? We gotta do all of this one. Why do we have weeds there? That was already in a plowed state. That doesn't make sense to me. But there are weeds there. That's that original field. We plowed a lot of that. Corn's popping up. Yeah, there's weeds out here. That's confuzzling. I don't know why there shouldn't be any weeds out here. This was all plowed out. It was in the plowed state. Does it have to be plowed by you for there to not be any weeds? A few weeds over there. Huh. Well, let me go grab... Let me shut that off. Let me grab this tractor because this one's got the narrow tires on it. I'll grab the rotary hoe. It's should be able to pull those out with a rotary hoe, yeah. thought that was something phasing through. I was driving down the road and I saw that, and I was like, is that something phasing through the wall up there that I've got parked up there? If you launch your game and you have any modded vehicles in your game, then yes, you will have to rebuy them all if you pull them all out. So here's a thing. Load a new save game with the same map, and uh, just don't put any of. Just take all those mods out. Don't launch your other map, the one where you have your save game at. Just create a new map that's a. You can use that one as a test map, and then get just that equipment and see if it still does it. Well, that thunder's really rocking and rolling. Yeah, this field, don't know how do I turn all of that off? Can't see what the original field looked like. I think that where these weeds are, that was the original field. Because you can see the dark blue there, that was the tree line. So that field, it was plowed, but it was not plowed by me. So I guess maybe it has to be plowed by you. That's weird. Bro, I don't want you to do that. Don't hurt the headlands. Still does the deal? Yeah. So then it's not a mod. It's got to be in the game. Alright, he's removing the weeds. I'm going to go ahead and start spraying some of this over here, I guess. Or I guess I could go up to that field and spray. Let me do that. While he's working on all that. Find the sprayer. Out there somewhere. There it is. houses here. Wouldn't that be cool if you could make corn dogs? I know you can't do corn dogs because, you know, they don't believe in meat, giants, so they won't let you do that. I guess somebody could mod that in. Dude, that would be so cool. If somebody ever releases the mod, and I'm sure somebody out there probably has done it or is working on it, where you could do meat. Think of all the possibilities that that could unlock for you. You could do corn dogs, you could do cheeseburgers, you could do pizzas with meats, you could do like the meat lovers, you could do combinations, you could do steaks, you could do all kinds of stuff. I really, 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 really wish Giants would come off of their, you know, well, we can't keep our E rating, you know, if we do the meat. Why not? People eat chicken. Don't they eat chicken across the pond too? Chicken, sausage, bacon, steaks, burgers, pepperoni. You know, I mean, come on, ham. I just don't think. I think they don't want to do it. I think it's more work for them to do it or something, and they just don't want to do it. I'm not saying that they have to, you know, open a slaughterhouse or anything like that. Just give us the ability to make the products, you know. We can sell, give us the ability to sell the animals, like the pigs, like the chickens, like the cows. Give us the ability to sell those animals and make these products. Because I am not a vegan. I will never be a vegan. I like steak. I like chicken. I like ham. Everything bacon. Give us the ability to make these products. I mean, these are sources of protein. They're part of a balanced diet. Back in the day, you know, they taught the kids in school, you know, about the food groups, you know, and red meats was one of the major food groups. You gotta have your red meats. You gotta have your white meats. You gotta have your lean meats. You gotta have your, you know, all of that. Like carbon dioxide. People put a bad label on carbon dioxide. We would not be able to survive without carbon dioxide. There's a kid that did a science project at a science fair, and he conclusively proved that we have to have carbon dioxide to survive. And the trees give us enough carbon dioxide to survive. So yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, what's the real reason why they don't want to do it? Probably because maybe they're too busy trying to test the mods that nobody wants. They got a lot that nobody wants. Where does this end? There. This should be putting that final phase in. It is good. Got a little there and a little on the edge, but I'm not too worried about them. at our sorghum, or as Giants calls it, sorghum. What happened to the whole, American offices of Giant software? Is that still a thing? Is anybody like standing up for like the American side of things? All I want is a cheeseburger and bacon and maybe a little fried chicken. Fried chicken, mashed taters. See, we have potatoes. And they'll do those. I'm not worried about that edge. I'm not going to waste all that liquid fert on that. So I'm going to go park this guy over here and we'll wait till he gets done with the rotary hoe. Getting these weeds out over here. Whoa, that was a big rumble. Probably need to check radar again. Kind of park this guy out of the way where he won't get hit by a train. Go. Where did he go? There he is. He's over there trying to get that stuff. Checking radar. Yeah, there's some, a little bit of stuff out there. Saw that little Ford tractor on there, Trent, and I was like, ooh, that'd be nice if that's for 25. It's not. It's for 22. Greetings. Getting 25 worth it. Yes, even though I gripe, about things from time to time, 25, in my opinion, if you like playing 22, you'll like 25. A lot of added stuff. Most places have like the fog and the lighting effects. That's really cool. You have of course, if you're on console, definitely get 25 if you're on console, because the integration of the new GPS system that they have, it's nice that the console people will have access to that now. So being able to use GPS, I don't know how you guys went all this time without having GPS on console, to be honest. GPS is fantastic. Still having trouble putting mods on 25. I'm taking it they're not from the mod hub. The in-game mod hub. There's a lot of mods out there. Yeah, there's a lot of mods out there that are not from the mod hub that you really probably don't need to try to put them in your mod folder unless it's a mod that you know the creator or the author and you trust the source. You gotta be very, very careful with that. Really, it's just a simple thing where you have to keep the downloaded file zipped. Now there's some that are in like packs that are zipped up that you have to unzip, but most of the time, if it's like just a single mod, like a tractor, unless it's a pack of tractors, like if it's just a single tractor or a single mod, you keep the folder zipped and then you just drop it in your mod folder, and then you got to make sure you restart your game. It's coming from the Discord, coming from John's Discord, from Puma Plow, or somebody else's Discord. Jeff might be able to help you out if it's from Puma Plow's Discord. Again, unless it's a pack, you should not have to unzip it. Take the zip folder, you drop it in your mod folder, restart your game, and then it should be in there when you activate it. it's in the Puma Plow Discord, then you checked it and checked the log. So there you go. Is it from the Puma Plow Discord though? He says it's from Discord, but if it's from another Discord, I don't. Unless it's a trusted source. Okay, so it's from John's Discord. So there you go. Trent or Jeff will be able to help you out there. Is it a pack or is it a single mod? I'd say that'd be the first question. I've downloaded tractor packs that have more than one tractor in them before, and you download a zipped folder, but then you have to unzip that folder to get to the zipped folders in that zip folder. Oh, it's the general trying to download. What problem are you having trying to download them? Is it automatically unzipping them or something? He's either having the problem of it automatically unzipping them, or he's having maybe internet problems. I don't know. Need more input. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Need input, like Johnny Five used to say. Input. That's a great movie. I'm not sure where I put them. I did it on 22, but I forgot how to do it. Okay, so you take just the downloaded mod, which should be in a zip folder. You go to, if you're on PC, which I'm assuming you are doing this kind of work, go to your game folder, wherever you got your game folder stored at. We do ours through Steam, so I think mine's under like Documents, My Games, and then you have like all your farming simulators and stuff listed there. So find Farming Simulator 25, go into that folder, and then you'll see a folder in there named Mods. Should automatically be there. If it's not, you may have to create one, but we won't get into that. There should automatically be a Mods folder in your game folder. And that's where you'll drag and drop those mods. Now keep in mind, don't do it more than once. If you do it more than once, you'll have duplicates in there and the mod itself might not work. But that's how you do it. It depends on where you can go into Steam and go to, I think you go to the library, and there should be a place in there that tells you where you download your games to. I know mine is like defaulted to go to Documents. I think it's Documents and then My Games. And then all my farming simulators are listed there. So I've got Farming Simulator 15 all the way through 25 in that list. That just tells you where it's at. You don't do the mods through Steam. You need to go to like File Explorer or My Computer, depending on how old your setup is, how old your operating system is. Wherever you go to find like your C drive, My Documents or Documents, wherever In Windows 10 and Windows 11, I think it's File Explorer. But go in there. Mine is set up to go to like Documents, My Games, and then whichever farming simulator I'm using. And then there should be a mod folder in each separate game folder. That's where you want to put your mods. Did that help? He may be trying to do it now. I'll leave him alone so he can try to do it. I guess for all the younger kids and older kids out there, we need to do like some. We need to see if John can bring back. What was that called? Learning time. Back in the day, he had a learning time series where he kind of just taught you about like simple things and then some complex things with Farming Simulator. Your computer is pretty new, so go to File Explorer. That'll bring up that window that has like my pictures, my documents, you know, all that stuff should be listed over there like as a list view on the side. And then just go to mine. I don't know what yours is under, but mine's under just Documents and then My Games. And then Farming Simulator 25 should be in there. You're looking for all of them. Did you find it? Yeah, you do. They're there somewhere. Hang on. Oh, let me see if I can get mine to work here. Mine is, I've got my File Explorer on the taskbar. All right, so you can't, I don't know, can I make my text bigger? View. That's details. Guess I can make it a large icon so maybe you can see it better. I'd have to go into my preferences on my computer to do this, but I'm going to move this over to the screen here so you can see it. Got a lot of backups on here. So I'm going to move this over here. So this is File Explorer. This is where it has like desktop, downloads, documents, which is AKA My Documents. It used to be called My Everything. So it used to be My Pictures, My Documents, you know, everything, My Music, videos, all that stuff. I've got individual individual folders for different things. Some of them are videos, some are backup folders. But I've also got the mods folder because that's probably the one I use most of the time. Any ones that you use frequently, if it's a new computer, your frequent folders that you use will be over here. So you're going to go to Documents and you're going to go to My Games. This is where mine's at. You click on My Games and see here's the list, and it's changed the go to large icons there. So there's, yeah, I don't like that. Medium. Oh, it just makes them smaller. Let me just go back to the list. So here's the games. You have Farming Simulator 25, 22, 19, 17, 15. These are all the farming simulators that I have listed in here. Now, I don't know if I set this up in Steam to save these in here or not. I can't remember. But this is where the save game data goes. Where you have all your mods at and stuff like that. So you'll go to Farming Simulator 25. You can actually just search maybe for this folder. Farming Simulator 25. All one word. Just search for that. You can search for that right up here in the corner. Just type in Farming Simulator 2025. Has to be spelled out all together exactly like that. You'll go into your Farming Simulator 25 folder. And there's your mods folder right there. Everything's alphabetical. Should be anyway, unless you got it arranged by date or something like that. So there's your mods folder right there. Any questions? I feel like the drug commercial, where they're frying the egg in the skillet. They got the skillet like, it's a frying pan. And then this is your brain. And then you crack the egg and drop it in there and like, this is your brain on drugs. Any questions? I kind of want eggs now. Did that help? I didn't see anything. Search for it. Just search for this folder, Farming Simulator 2025. It may not be in documents on yours. You may have yours saved somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe you got them saved to your desktop. Maybe you got them saved in My Pictures, or it's not My Pictures anymore. I'm still using old terminology. Maybe you got them saved in Pictures. Maybe you got them saved. Maybe you got them saved somewhere completely different, somewhere else. You probably could just search for the mods folder, and then once you click on it, you could click like the you have your map up here. So you have like documents, my games, Farming Simulator 25, and then you go to the mods folder and it'll show mods. So you probably could see where it's at once you search for mods. Oh, you can't see it. Why can't you see it over there? You can't see that folder, can you? All you see is the game screen. Hang on. Let's try that button. There we go. Now you can see it. So let's start over, kids. So this is File Explorer. You found it. But it's still not letting me open the files. Which files? All you see is the game. Yeah, I got that. I got that part. Still not letting me open the files. Which file are you trying to open? So is yours in Documents and My Games? And then you click on My Games, and then there's all your farming simulators that you played. And then if you haven't played these others, you probably don't have a folder there. But if you're playing 25, you should have a Farming Simulator 2025 folder. So you double click on that, and then there's the mods folder right there. Not so much here or here, but right here. And now we wait. I'll drink some Dr. Pepper while I wait. I click on Farming Simulator 25. I opened it. Okay, you don't see all of this stuff inside that folder? Should be able to see like all your save game folders, your backup stuff. You don't see any of that? And I don't know what's going on with your computer. Maybe you're not in the right place. Does it say Farming Simulator 2025 spelled out like that? No, you don't see those files. I don't know what's going on there. Unless you're not in the right place. I don't know. Does anybody know where you go in Steam? Yeah, if you launched the game for the first time, I'm sure that yeah, you had to have launched the game for the first time, right? You've purchased the game and downloaded it, right? That's my assumption. Alright, did the guy finish? He didn't get it all. That's because I told him not to do the inroads. So you've purchased the game, you've downloaded it, you've launched the game for the first time. I don't know why your files are not showing up if it's the same location that's mine in. Mine are yours in documents as well? And I would assume that Steam automatically puts it in documents if yours is the same as mine. And aside from the silence, maybe you found it or you're still trying to figure it out. I don't know how I can be any clearer on this. Did I really miss some? I gotta go back. We have to go back, Kate. Yes, I did, right there. You got him now. Alright, now we can go to the prayer. Wait, I parked it up there, didn't I? Gotta go the right way. Yeah, it might be faster to step to it. So what all do I need to spray? Pretty much all of that. Did you find it, big dog? Still looking. Okay. It's in there somewhere. I would just go to the search bar up there at the top and search for the folder simply named mods. And you should find it. If you have just Farming Simulator 25 and you haven't created any folders named mods, then it should find just that folder. If you have other Farming Simulator games in there or other games that have folders named mods, then yeah, no, I don't think he's trolling. And this might help somebody else, but if he is trolling, and I find out he is, that's a bannable offense. But I don't think he is. I think he legit either just does not grasp it, or he's probably got his files somewhere else, somewhere saved really weird. That is not the same. So when you search for mods, you'll find two folders. There should be two mod folders. One of them will be the 22 folder, and one of them will be the 25 folder. When you go into the mods folder, just go into each one, and you'll see files in there labeled FS25 or FS22. That's how you'll know which folder you're in. Did you find your mods folder? You found your folder for Farming Simulator 25, but it's not letting me come in the game. You're not going in the game if you're looking for your mods folder. You're not actually going to go into your game. You're just going into the folder itself to place your mods in that folder. Once you have your mods in that folder, then you can launch your game. But not until you get to that point. They're in the folder, but when I launched the game, they don't show. Are they still zipped up? The files in that folder, are they still zipped up or are they unzipped? I know Windows has this thing where it has a tendency to automatically unzip files for your convenience, and it's not convenient if you're a gamer and you're wanting to download mods. Make sure that it's not unzipping them. The way you know is there's a little zipper on the folder. If it's zipped, there's a little zipper. If there's no zipper, they're not zipped. They are zipped. Then I don't know what the problem is. I may have just come down this path. Yeah, I try to help. I don't know what the issue is there. It may be a security setting in your computer or something, or, I don't know. go first. I might be. I don't know for sure, though. If I'm not, there are others up there that will try to help you. Trent knows a lot about this. Jeff knows a lot about it, and there's others that know a lot about it that could probably help you, try to help you. Too far. That's a train. Field 30. Where is field 30? $35, $25. Bottom left. Bottom left. That's field 30. I've plowed most of this together. Now I did have an issue where I was seeding the oats down here and he kind of went at an angle, like a diagonal angle. But that could have been because there was a stretch of grass out here that I had to create field and plow, and I'm hoping that'll be fixed next time now that I've plowed it out. Yep, anytime. Yeah, I've cleared out a lot of trees out here, so all these fields that were right here, this is all one cornfield now. So can't wait to harvest this thing. I think we'll be harvesting the oats down south there before we do this though. Oats is a pretty decent crop in that you can plant them in March and then you harvest those in what is it, June? I think it's June. Yeah, you plant them in March and April, and then you can harvest them in July and August. The quickest turnaround crop. And it don't pay bad either. Plus, you can make flour out of it and get straw bales off of it. What did I do? Oh, you can raise and lower that. Ah, hi. Can I raise it? Yeah, I can raise it. I can do that one too. Hi. How's it going? Hi. How do I reset that? Let me just do that. It works for me. Yeah, it works for me. It creates the lines and it seems to follow them. I sprayed that field down there with the GPS on and it did okay. I didn't have any problems with that. I had a problem with the cedar. but that was right after I had created the section there, plowed it out. Yeah, no, it worked for me. Yeah. Now, I will say that if the fields are too big, it won't calculate them, but no, it worked for me. Let me drive down there and show you. I assume it still works. It worked with the sprayer. Gonna give really wide lines because this thing has a wide width on it, but it definitely worked for me. Gotta go through the ditches. Whee! Whee! Alright, so I'm in the field now. Yeah, see, there's my lines. Funny it's not showing the other side now, though. It did show them before. It is not showing the other side now. I don't know why it's not showing the other side. But it did show them. It went around the pond down there and it showed that other side. So I planted it all under the same thing. So if you go into oats, yeah. See, it connected both of them down there. It's only the field 30 side. Okay, yeah, no, mine works. This whole thing worked. I don't know why the lines aren't showing up over here now, but I had lines when I planted it, and I had lines when I fertilized it. Maybe it's the sprayer. Take this guy over there. Come on, little tractor, you can do it. Go, go, go. Through the ditch. Whee! Yeah, that's not showing the lines either. Oh, well, there you go. I switched over to the AI part now. I did use the AI part when I planted it. So yeah, you can see the lines going all the way past the pond there. It gets the whole field now. So I don't know. Maybe plow out a little bit more of that grass around the pond or something. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Could be you might, and two, make sure you got rid of all your stumps. Because if you got a stump out there, or you've got like a blip on the edge of the field or something where you plowed, then it will not generate. It will not work. So make sure you got rid of all your stumps and you don't have any like non-perfect blips around the edges. Alright, so I've got a little bit more to spray over there in the corner. I'm going to finish that and then we'll come back and we'll be doing something here in Alma, I'm sure. Still looking forward to the Montana map that's coming soon. So I'm going to go grab me some pizza out of the fridge. And yeah, you guys have a good rest of your weekend and a great week. Always remember, you reap what you sow. Matt from the Great Arcade. We'll see y'all in the next one. Have a good one, guys.